Hi all, back with more Space Empires 4X, playing the one player Alien Empire scenario. This is part 9 I think. Okay, so I haven't been away that long. Got a bit charged back in my phone again, but still not maxed, so probably get that apart and then have to charge it up again. Right, where are we? We just finished Economic Phase 6, we're now moved on to the turns, and yeah. It's a little bit dull outside, but I didn't want to put the light on up there because I felt like it maybe gave a bit glare. Looks alright in the camera right now, so. Okay, so where are we? Well, we've got the blue fleet. This blue fleet, that's the only thing to concern ourselves with. So, yeah, we need to know what it's going to do. Oh! Right, hang on here. Oh, what a clown. I completely forgot about building a ship here. What a divvy. Well, that was daft, Grant. The whole point was to... I know I put my points into other things, but... What did I have left? I had 15 left. Ooh, right, hang on. I might rewind then. Is there anything new? I suppose there is, isn't there? Like, I would have had to build this before knowing what their economic rules were. So it is a bit cheeky, isn't it? It's probably okay. All they'd done was they didn't. It's just rules. They didn't launch any extra fleets. That's probably okay, but just that I do have 15 points left over. I could clearly just buy another cruiser for there. They're only 12, aren't they? You know what? I might allow myself this one. Well, technically, no. You could build a battle cruiser, couldn't you? Because you upgraded your ship size to 4. Why did I not even think about building a battle cruiser then? I suppose I wasn't really concerned with ships and thought I'd spend it on technology. And we spent ship size, we only went ship size 4 in the end, that's all we've done. A battle cruiser's 15. I've got 15 points left. And it's got hull size of 2. And this shipyard's got, sorry, not that. Got one, Grant? That one there. Got a ship size of 2. It's got 2 shipyards there. Should I just accept it and take my chances? Because it was me that missed it. What's going to happen here is, I think, obviously not the minor, I think I'm going to move my ships into there, which forces them to move into... well, hold on. Yeah, because they're going to go round about, aren't they? Obviously, I'd prefer to be defending. And if they move into there right now, and hold on. If they moved into there, and I moved back into there, oh no, they've got 2 movement left, so they would go 1, 2, wouldn't they? Grr. Yeah, I don't think there's any way of me getting to defend. The plus side to that, well, no, it's not, Grant. You can't get them to attack you in that hex. If I move them into here, if I move my force into here, they're either going to move into here or here on turn 1. Yeah, it's the same thing. If they move into here and I was to then move into there on turn 2, they're going to go 2, 3. I don't think you can get working, Grant. So I can't even benefit from my shipyards because they're not going to come in there if I've got that colony defended when they've got the chance of an undefended one. I mean, what I could do is put the cruiser into here so that this is defended and put the 2 scouts into there, but that's then splitting my force up. Right, I'm still swithering about taking this take back, but I don't feel like I've gained any knowledge. Yeah, you're maybe saying, yeah, Grant, yeah. Well, I haven't. I've only seen what their die rolls were, and has that helped me any? You know, if I was to go back into my economic phase right now and spend my other 15 points that I'd saved. I mean, all that happened was they got a roll, red got a roll there and 2 rolls there, and blue got 2 rolls there and a roll there. That was it. None of them got economic rolls, so they've not launched any fleets. They've got this blue fleet, but they've not launched any new fleets. So it couldn't be, I think if let's just say they had launched another blue fleet, then I would maybe feel that's a bit wrong to do that because it's over this side and I'm putting another, a ship there. But I talked about doing it. It was my plan. I mean, because if I wasn't going to do that, I would have attacked them last turn. Not here, but I think I was able to do it. Well, maybe because of the asteroids and nebula, it would have prevented me from doing it. But I did talk about doing it. What is it? It's 21 points, so we know it's going to be either... Well, hang on, what did they get? See, that is knowledge that you've got. They didn't get any more tech. Well, that actually makes it in my favour, really, because I know that they're not going to spend anything on tech. They've got an attack 1, which they had previously anyway. That's not new. And they can't purchase any technology. They've got a ship size of 2. So with their 21 points, they're going to buy a destroyer. And then with the other 12 points, they're going to roll the dice. And it's either going to be another destroyer or 2 scouts. We, however, are going to be the attacker. I think I'd probably prefer it if it was just 2 destroyers. We're going to be the attacker because we're going to have to move in. So we're going to get to attack first with our cruiser. If they have 2 destroyers, then they attack with both destroyers, or 1 if we've got lucky and hit one of them. Remember also, this does not have attack technology of 1, does it? It's got a 0. Yes, that was the other reason I was going to build this other ship. I'm going to allow myself that. Boo! I know. It does feel a bit naughty, but it's what I plan to do. I'm sitting there looking at this and saying, right, how am I going to move these about? And I'm thinking, where's my other ship that I was meant to build? And then I actually thought, I looked across here and I thought, oh, I've not moved this. I must still be in my economic phase, and I forgot to move the counter. And then I looked up here and thought, no, you did. You bought colony ships, a pipeline, and you upgraded your tech. Right, well, I'm going to do it. I know it's a little bit naughty, but I don't feel like I'm gaining anything. It's not that in all honesty, the fact that they've not built technology, I know exactly what they're going to do. Now, if they had not built technology, if they had put more points into their technology with their die rolls, let's just say what they had here was 2 in fleet and 1 in tech. Let's just say they had all 3 in tech and they had 30 tech points right now. Then I would feel a little bit more awkward about building this ship, because I then know that they've got 30 points that's going to allow them to do something. But they didn't do that, so me not building the ship is, yeah, I hope you know where I'm kind of going, but it isn't ideal. I get that I shouldn't maybe be doing it, but I feel like I need that against this combat. I really do. I think it's silly because I talked about it and everything. Yeah, okay, I'm doing it. So because we'd upgraded to ship size 4, we did have access to battle cruisers, which are 15 points. So I'm going to say that we did this. I mean, I think at the time I'd talked about it being just a cruiser. No, I think I maybe even talked about it possibly being a battle cruiser if I could upgrade my ship size technology. I think I maybe even spoke about that. So that's going to wipe out the 15 that I was carrying over. I mean, it totally makes sense. I mean, I might have got away with the 2 scouts and the cruiser, possibly. But if I miss with my cruiser to start with, I'm then going to be up against it. And we've seen we already lost a battle that was quite tight like that as well. Okay, Grant, you've excused your way out of it, and you're doing it because it's your game and you're allowed to do these things, but you are one for the rules, though. I'm just bad. Right, okay. So battle cruiser number 1. So you can see these are up better than what we've had. So they're class Bs. 5 attack, 1 built-in defense, and 2 hull. And remember, there's 2 shipyards here, so I'm allowed to build 2 hull points. The other ones got built up there, so it's not that we're overloading our. There was 3 points, the hull points got built up there, and 2 down here, so that's fine. But yeah, I just should have done it. I talked about doing it, and the fact that I'd actually still got 15 points left over, why I didn't realise that. Just looking at other things, I suppose. Okay, right. You're a cheat, Granite. Okay, well, I'm going to carry on anyway. So what are we going to need to do with this then? Well, actually, hold on. Now that this colony's defended, he wants to actually target this or this. This one's slightly closer, but he's going to have to go round our ships. At the moment, to be honest, if I move my force into there, if I don't move my force there, he's going to move into here, because he's going to be heading round for either one of these. If I'm moving my force into there, he's going to head round for this one. If I move them into here, he's not going to consider this. So he's going to go for... This is 3 away, this is 2 away. He can reach them both in the economic phase. But because that one's closer, he's going to go for that one, which means he's going to go into this hex. Then we can move on. And he's not in the asteroids anymore. That's right, isn't it? Since it can reach either colony before the next economic, there's a possibility to see below that I might move towards either. Yeah, if more than one qualifies, undefended. If there's more than one undefended, then it moves towards the colony it can reach in the fewest number of moves. Yeah. Okay, so we move these. I And to be honest, I'm taking the minor about with me here as well, but... So I move these into here. The battle cruiser stays where he is. That then opens up the path. They're definitely going to move into here. And then we have to come in. I can't wait and defend. Because they're just going to keep switching to the undefended planet. If we had them all defended, then it's a different story, but... I've not got enough ships to be doing all that. Okay, so that's that. So we've got minor 1, and hang on, we've got colony ships here as well. Okay, so they're both just going to move into here. The 2 colony ships. One's heading for here, which will reach in this economic phase. The other planet it won't get to reach in this. We need to wait till the next turn. The pipeline is going back in here to connect these up. So that's good. Right, so these cruisers are going to explore, they might as well explore the ones that they're adjacent to. So he's exploring here first. So I will shimmy about a little bit. And get one. Right, taking a bit as long as that guy I was telling you about. Hey, minerals. It's a way out the way though. I'd have preferred that to have been this one that we're just about to search, but well, you can't pick and choose. However, it does mean that there's now 20 points worth of minerals up in this area, so that miner's definitely going to be heading that way. Right, and then, well, is he moving as well? Yeah, he is. He's going to move into here. Yeah, and then this cruiser is going to explore into here. Let's see what we get there. Right, warp point. I spoke about this before. The warp points and the doomsday machines are in the mix. And if we're not playing with either of them, they're optional rules. So whenever we draw either of them, it just empties the hex. And we don't draw something else. And that goes away. Not back in the cup. Okay, well, might as well move him into here as well then. Yeah, and then the minor that we've got, well, it's just going to start heading towards the minerals. You might sort of bypass the cruisers just in case they come up with something. You never know, we might get 10 minerals here, you know. So we'll go slightly roundabout route, probably. Right, I think that's that. Yeah, no exploring to do. We've done all exploring and with the cruisers. That's fine. Right, so that's all our movement. Right, so this colony is now defended, so it can reach this in this economic phase, 3 movement points, and it can reach this, which are both undefended. It's going to look towards this one though, because this is just 2 movement away and this is 3, so it's going to move into that hex. Like we planned. That's it. Right, that's turn 1, movement, combat, exploration, all done. Right, that's everybody reset. I'll move the turn marker on to turn 2, and we'll go again. Right, that pipeline's settled, that's fine. Colony ships are both going to move into here. That's got to be raggedy edge on it. That one. It's not clipped properly. There's a bit of a... anyway. Right, they both move into there. Yeah, well, it can reach there anyway, so... yeah, that's fine. Right, Cruiser 3 is going to explore here, because that miner's close by, and you never know. So, we're going to... is he going to move then? Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Right, anyways, exploring here. We get danger, so that just goes away. And that gets set aside. Well, I mean, I'm not. I mean, I need to clear just this path into the red base. I suppose I should pop down there, will I? I mean, he can explore here and here. So I maybe will bring him down into there then. Right. Cruiser 2 is going to explore this hex. And we got more minerals. Ooh. Now, which one was that? It was the further one, eh? Damn, I can't remember now. No, it was this one, wasn't it? That's sort of important, Grant, because you found out what it is. I mean, I'd definitely rather place that here. Although there's other 10s up there anyway. I'm pretty sure I said here because then I'm going to move into here if I could, and I can. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was correct. If I've got that wrong, then I've not deliberately done it. It's just, to be honest, if you look at them, if it was in here, they're both going to be adjacent. This is going to be a colony, not this turn, but the next again turn. And the 2 minerals are going to be right adjacent to it. Just really quite good. And if it was in here, it'd be the same, so. I'm pretty sure I did select this hex, so. Okay, right, so the miner. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder, that other miner's over there, not doing an awful lot, but there is a cruiser there still, so. In fact, he's going to get to explore here before he moves. That's interesting. That could be really good. I'm just looking up there. If we explore here before we move in here, and let's just say we got a cheeky 10 minerals, that miner can step in. That would be really sweet. Okay, but this miner is going to move along anyway. Yeah, I'm still going to go along, possibly head for that one. Well, this is turn 2, isn't it? So 3 is as far as I'm getting. Then 1, 2, 3. That should work actually, because that will be a colony then, won't it? That's next round basically. Right, so that's the cruisers done their thing. That's the miner done his thing. Right, let's get down to this blue fleet then. So yeah, that's fine. So cruiser 1 is going to explore this hex. This would be really nice if it was minerals or even better, a shipwreck. But we have just pulled 2 minerals quite recently, so. What's that? Barren planet. Okay. And remember, the aliens don't spawn with us because you've got enough aliens to deal with. Okay. Well, it's quite close by. I still don't see myself bothering with terraforming and doing that anyway, so. Right, I think I'll. Right, so then the cruise is going to move in here. My 2 scouts are moving on. The battle cruiser is moving on. Now hang on, I didn't set that battle cruiser's technology sheet, did I? So let me quickly do that before we. I don't think I did I? Where's the pencil? No, right. Battle Cruiser 1. So I remember it was built in the same. It was built while we had Attack 1, Exploration 1, and obviously it needed to be ship size 4 because that's what that needs. So it's got Attack 1, whereas the Cruiser 1 does not. So BC 1 has Attack 1, Defense 0, Tactics 0, Movement 1, and that's that. Okay. Boo! Yeah, okay. You would all have done the same anyway. You're just not recording it, so you would just have done the same thing as what I've done. I know it. I know that for sure. Yeah, I was wondering about just putting the minor in there as well, because this is turn 2, and I want to keep, well, I don't think there's a problem moving it in. He can move in as long as there's combat ships, I think. But, hold on, I mean, when we get there, this cruiser, if it all goes well, is going to move out into here or something like that anyway. So I'll just move him into the asteroid belt here, rather than put him in beside the mix. Right, that's everybody moved, and now we've got a combat here to deal with, so there's a battle. And here, and we'll get everybody down and see what's what. Right, so there's what we've got. Our battle cruiser, our cruiser, and our 2 scouts. My guess is this is going to be somewhere in the middle. So, let's get his sheet. Have a look at his sheet first. Right, so we know that there's 21 points. Right. It's blue. Right, okay, so across that side. So just glancing again at this, you would think I would just start understanding how these things work, but when the fleet is engaged in combat for the first time, the AP will spend all available technology points purchasing technology, and then we'll build the fleet. Right, and we know the rule is that even though he's got 10 points there, the new rule was that he needs to have at least 20 to be able to do that. So he's not going to do any with tech. At all, so we can skip all by that. What the hell? Where are we? Right, I'm on the wrong page. Yeah, so not really tech. So building fleets. If this is a radar fleet, it's not. If the AP has fighter technology, it does not. If the AP has fighter technology, it does not. If it's not a carrier fleet and 12 CPs or greater, fleet is launched, and the AP is just purchased cloaking, it is not. So then we've got the, I can take this out. Well, we know there's 21 points, right? Well, and I think we've looked at this already anyway. So if the above 4 cases do not apply, the AP will purchase ships in the following order. Largest ship first. First ship build will be the largest ship that the AP's ship size technology and points will allow it to spend. Right, it's got 21 points, and it's got ship size 2. So that is ship size 2 allows destroyers or scouts, whatever that is, and then below that, and then 3 is like, you know, it just goes on to there. So it's going to buy a destroyer, which is the biggest one. So that's 9 of its 21 points. So it's got 12 left. So I'll put that, take that away, put that here just now. We'll sort out the order in a minute. Because that's clearly going to go before the scout and before my scouts. Right, so he's got 12 points left. Oops, I'm almost coming off the table there, Grant. Right, he's got 12 points left, so we go back here. And yeah, I'm not going to keep doing this every turn. I may have done this already actually, so probably overdoing it now. So that was the first thing it does, and then 2. This is if the AP has researched a level of scanner technology and it didn't build a destroyer in this step, which it did, but this cloaking and scanner technology it doesn't come into it unless we've got some of that. So then remaining ships, it's going to roll the dice and see which option it chooses. So this is the one that if it gets a 1 to 3, it'll build 2 scouts, and if it gets, I want to say anything else, it probably goes for the destroyer. But we'll see, Right, 6. That could be balanced, is it? That is balanced. Which I think might end up still being a destroyer anyway. It's got 12 points left, so what largest fleet it would want to build all the scouts. Largest ship it would build, largest ships it would have built the destroyer. And balance, if the fleet composition is balanced, then the remaining points will be spent on purchasing as many ships as possible That can use the highest attack or we'll build the scouts here then, I think. They can use the highest attack or defense technology that the AP has. Well, he's got attack 1. Scouts can benefit from that, and he can get 2 of them. Well, as many ships as possible, yeah. Because you could buy a destroyer that benefits from the +1 attack, or 2 scouts which both benefit from the +1 attack. Yeah, so it's going to build 2 scouts. They are 6 points each. So well, let's just sort this number out first. So it was 9 and 2 6s is 12. It's bang on 21, isn't it? Yeah, 21. Well, spot on. That extra 1 point that he had. Where did they get that extra 1 point from? Must have been the previous purchase, was it? So nothing goes back into that. He's still got 20. Yeah, it was nothing went back in. Right. And now he's wanting to get 2 scouts. So, scouts. There we go. And a 2. Oops. To be honest, our scouts could be like this as well, but mines are separate. It doesn't matter to theirs. Right, so what's the order? Nobody's got tactics. So, this is going to be first. It's a B class. This is a C class. It's going next. So next is going to be the destroyer with a D. And then after that, because nobody's got tactics, like I say, he is the defender. So his 2 scouts are going to attack before my 2 scouts. So you can see that if I didn't bring that battle cruiser along, it's a wee bit iffy, you know. Try to justify your cheating, Grant. Something like that, yeah. Okay, so right now our battle cruiser has attack 1. Our cruiser and scouts do not have attack 1. Is that right? I've not got the scouts written down here, but they were purchased right at the beginning, so yeah. I probably should put them in. I'll put them in and they'll just get destroyed, wait to see. So scout 1, no, it's 2 and 3, isn't it? Well, in fact, 1's out there as well, isn't it? Where's 1? Oh no, it did get destroyed, didn't it? Yeah, it did, so it's just 2 and 3. So they have attack 0, they have defense 0, they have tactics 0, they have movement 1. I've not got point defense or anything like that. Well, in fact, they have point defense 0 then. I'm going to keep it all dickety-boo. Yeah, so... But our battle cruiser does have attack 1. Our cruiser does not. Yeah, that's the only thing. And for them, they always upgrade their stuff, so they always get what's best. They do have attack 1. So slightly better for them, going by the amount of ships that are getting a benefit. Okay, well, hopefully we can just take this destroyer out and maybe one of the scouts before they get to react. Let's hope for that. So our battle cruiser is going to attack the destroyer. Now, how many ships are we? We're 4 to their 3, so nobody's getting the whatever it is. I looked up that last time, I forgot. Large fleet bonus or whatever it is. You need to have double your opponent. So that's not the case in round 1 anyway. So it's 5 plus 1 for attack, so it's 6. He's no defense, so I need a 6 or less. So this first row is quite important. 6 or less. We got a 10. Right, okay. Right, hopefully the cruiser can deal with it and the scouts are not going to pester me too much. So it's 1, no, it's no 1 less, Grant. Because he's not got the attack technology. So it's just a straight up 4. Again, we're going for the destroyer. So a 4 OS. Hey, bit clunky. Bit clunky, but it comes out of the cup and it doesn't matter how it lands. I can't manipulate any of that stuff. And if I was to manipulate, I could do it in other ways. As I've said a lot of times before, I'm making this recording so I could do what I want, but where's the joy in that? Right, we take the destroyer out. So now it's the scouts. Right, here we go. So, without trying to write my little formula out, I think, and this is kind of where Tim had commented, but because there's nothing written down, it's difficult. It says to you, make your own judgment, do what you would do. If you were playing this player right now, what would be your best move? You know, clearly taking this out is the strongest ship, but remember also that right now they've got 2 ships, we've got 4. If we go into another round and they don't hit any of our ships, don't destroy any of our ships, then we're going to get that extra +1. So shouldn't it really go for the whole size of 1 ships? I think that's where it should do. I'm sure my little formula would come down to the scouts that's wanting to attack the scouts. Now, Tim's comment at that time was, and I was talking about my Doomsday Machine stuff, was saying that it was the shipyards that I had targeted, and he said, well, they would only hit back on a 1, or die roll a 1. So that could get taken into consideration, but the little formula I'm using wants to take out ships as easy as it can. It doesn't really concern itself, unless they're even, it'll concern itself with how badly they're going to get hit back, and if there's a good chance I'm getting hit back by them. So these got a +1, so they're rolling on a 4 with no defence, so it's a 4 or better to hit. If I was to attack him back, I'm getting a 3 or better to hit him. Whereas if he hits one of them, he needs 2 hits to take that out, because it's hulls 2. So I'm just going to call it myself. Whether I'll look at that wee formula from time to time as the game goes on, I might just sort of say, look, I think this is probably the best. Whether it is or not, I might well get it wrong. So these 2 scouts are going to fire at these 2 scouts, and I can just roll the 2 dice together, because if he gets 2 hits, they're both gone. If he gets 1 hit, one of them's gone, and if he gets no hits, then none of them are gone. So, and remember, he's firing with a 3, but he's getting a +1 for their attack technology. So 2 dice, and a 4 or less. Let's hope there's none of them. He got 1. Right, so 1 miss, 1 hit. So I'll just take scout 2 out, and that's lost a scout. And you see now he has stabilised. We don't have 4 ships, that has 2, so we're not going to benefit from that. I'm still hopeful I might be able to take him out, but okay, so yeah, 1 hit, 1 miss. Right, so back to the next firing round. We've got 3 ships to his 2, so we don't get the extra +1. Battle cruisers firing with a 5, +1 for the attack technology. So a 6 or less again. Oh, that battle cruiser's useless. We shouldn't have bothered building it. So the cruiser is just a 4, attacking with a 4 or less. That's another 8. Right, okay, this isn't going well. Right, so again back to their scouts. Right, now this time I'm only rolling 1 dice, so he's going to attack the scout first. So I'll roll 1 dice, and then if they miss, I'll roll the other dice on the scout as well. So it needs a 4 or less. Misses, and the second one, same again. There's a 6, good. Okay, well, we got away with that. Right, back to round 3, no large fleet again. So our battle cruiser needs a 6 or less. Come on, this time at least. Hey! Right, so that takes out 1 of the scouts. It's got 1 left. And then the cruiser needs a 4 or less. And it gets a 4. Bingo. Right, that worked out alright. And then, but you could see how it can sometimes look like it wasn't going to plan there. We did lose a scout out of all that as well, so. But, could have been worse. Okay, so it was reasonably successful. So these go back, and now we move these. Yeah, we've finished our move anyway, because movement and then combat. So we did lose a scout, but fair enough. So that's all our movement and combat. Then the red player would go, he's got nothing. The blue player's got nothing now as well. And yeah, we move on to turn 3, and I'll reset everybody as well. Right, on to turn 3. Oops, careful, Grant. Okay, take the battle marker away. Done that. Okay, so things stabilised for now again. So, right, cruisers want to do a bit more exploring, so he's going to head down into the nebula here, and the miner's going to follow him. I'm going to tag along, see if we can find something. Yeah, there's a wee bit more to sort of explore there. We've got 2 colony ships here, so one of them's going to move across into here, heading for Zai, if that's how it's pronounced. And the other one's coming in here and is indeed going to colonise that. Pipelines in place, minor. Yeah, well, we're going to wait and see. So, right, so Cruiser 3 is going to explore here, I think. Yeah, let's go with that. Because the miner's adjacent to that, so could sneak in. What we got? Right, Lost in Space. I want to say just goes away, I think. I think if you moved in and explored there, you get randomly put to a hex adjacent and then it goes away, but I might be wrong. That's the wrong book. Right, give me a sec to find this. Page 7, 6.6, Lost in Space. When a unit reveals this marker, the player to the right of the revealing player immediately shifts the unit 1 hex in any direction. I want to say that if you're playing solo, I don't think it's written anywhere, but I think everybody just assumed you would randomise one of the 6 hexes round about. It says that more than one unit is in the hex, all the units present must be shifted together as a stack. If placed in a hex with an unrevealed system marker, that marker must immediately be explored. So if you got sent from here into here, you would then have to immediately explore that. But it'd be a random hex round about if the ship had moved in, but it's not. If placed in a hex with enemy units, combat immediately ensues. So if there was an enemy unit in here and we got randomly put into that hex, combat would ensue. After shifting units out of the hex, the Lost in Space marker is removed and the hex remains empty. So with the exploration bit, all we do is remove that and remove the little cube, and that gets set aside. That's that. Okay, so does that mean the cruiser's move in? No. And the cruiser's going to sit tight just now. So then the miner can move along here and stay with the cruiser for one more shot. I mean, he's heading towards the minerals anyway. So the other cruiser, I suppose, well, mind you might want to explore here and then we can get in there. Yeah, let's explore this one. So that is I2, Grant. Make sure you're on the right one. The one to the left arm. Okay, what do we got? A black hole. That's not good. We didn't want that. Okay, so I think that cruiser's sitting tight as well then. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right. So that cruiser's not moving. Move the colony ships. Right, we do have a battle cruiser and a scout along here. So I'm not sure about like if I should threaten my scout's demise by looking into deep space or not, to be honest. The battle cruiser was as well just lingering about, I think. Might as well move them back to the shipyard, just in case we upgrade technologies and want to maybe upgrade them. As for the scout, well, you know what? You could do that with the scout as well. I mean, even I'm giving him attack. Well, you can only get attack 1. He's got a whole size of 1, so you're limited to attack 1, defense 1, tactics 1. I assume tactics is part of that as well. Yeah, I would think so. Movement, you're not. Actually, it might just be attack and defense that limits you to their hull size. I don't know if tactics is involved with that or not. Well, we'll look into it if need be. So should I put them in there then? I mean, it's only 1 point to upgrade them. I might as well. We're not doing anything else, and I mean, unless you want to go and send them into deep space, take a chance with them. I don't think I should. Not when you've got 3 cruisers out there. I mean, scouts are become a little bit of a waste of a ship though, and a bit of a waste of a hull point and a maintenance point, when you could get better ships. But I could always scuttle it away if I wanted to like create better opportunities. Okay, so that's movement turn 3. Red, there's no red or blue player doing anything, so let's just reset things. Right, there we go. So back on to another economic phase. This is round 7. What am I at? 47 minutes. My battery's away again. It's like, I don't remember it draining as much as that. I know I keep harping on about it, but it's kind of surprising. I suppose I have been playing a bit. Well, I'll do this economic phase and then wrap it up and find something else to do while I'm waiting on it charging up, because I'm not having that cable plugged in. That's annoying. So let's get ours done first, because that's how you're meant to do it, Grant. And let's do it properly this time and not forget about things, even if you had talked about them. Right, so I've got 0 points carrying over. I want to say we didn't get any minerals there, did we? There's good opportunities out there, but we didn't get any of this. Oops, careful. So none of that to come off. All our planets that we're on are maxed out. Well, apart from this one that's just about to start. So 20, 30, 20. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Yeah, we've got 6 planets at 30 and then 20 for our home planet. So 50. So let's say nothing carried over. 50, no minerals. Right, we've got our pipelines rather than come back up. We put that pipeline back out again, so we're back up to 6. So that's 56 in total. Maintenance, well, we added the battle cruiser. What we got? 3 cruisers. That's 6. A battle cruiser, that's an R2, 8. But we lost on our scout. We've got 1 scout, so that's 9. So that takes us down to 47, isn't it? Yeah, 47. So not great, but okay. So what had we thought about doing? yeah, I don't think there's anything. We don't need pipelines. We don't need colony ships. I'm not going to bother with scouts. So shipyards wouldn't do any harm, I suppose. If you've got some points available. So 47. I mean, do we want to break out any more combat ships? I don't think so. There's no fleets being launched. I mean, what is our next die roll for a fleet launch? That's a 1 to 4 again. The one thing that could be thought about is, why don't you try and get over to one of their bases, maybe? And I really don't know if this is the time to be doing that or not. We're in round 7. But I mean, their defence, both their defences are only 20. Sorry, I need to zoom out. But both their defences are 20. They've not got an awful lot of fleet. But I mean, I've not got a big force either, you know. Low power, low battery again. Right. So what about? I mean, you could push to ship size 5. It would be nice. Brings in battleships, which cost 20. They're A-classed. A5, so they're the same attack strength, but they've got 2 defense strength and their hull size is 3, so bigger maintenance but harder to kill, obviously. So ship size 5 and defense 1, that's 40 points. And if I want to spend the other 7, I could go for a shipyard. I think having 6 shipyards back at my base, once you get the 3 hull strength available ships, then having 6 there means you can build 2 at a time, you know, which is pretty decent. Of course, the other thing I'll need to do is, I've said before, if I do want to go over to their base, I'll need to get the Minesweeper stuff done and purchase some Minesweepers as well, but I don't think I'm there yet. Let's get to ship size 5. Defense 1. Next turn, hopefully we've gathered some of the big minerals. We get attack 2 and we build a couple of battleships. Nah, that's like 30, 50, that's 70 points, Grant, but so maybe you're a bit optimistic there. Okay, let's go for that. So I'm going to do ship size 5 and defense. Yeah, I can't do attack, I've not got the points. Defense 1. Ship size 5, defense 1. So ship size 5 is 20. And defense 1 is 20. Right, leaves us 7. I'm going to buy a shipyard. Times 1 for 6. So 47, 1 left over. And 1 going into round 8. So that's us upped our defense to 1. Okay. What did I do? Right, I've done a shipyard. So I'm going to put the shipyard up here. So that's going to become a 6. Well, that's all we built, wasn't it? That way, and the rest was just technology, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. So that is all that. I should go right down and do my colonies. We've nothing to upgrade. The only thing we've got to do is this one here, which becomes a 1. That's right, that. Yeah. Yeah, it didn't produce there, but now it will start producing. I'm not going to bother about pipelines for that. And then that other colony ship will get that one next turn. And we'll just settle for that, I think. Hopefully we can gather more of these 10 minerals. That's 3 we've found. We've already harvested one of them, haven't we? We've got 2 more out there, so... Can we get 20 of the points this next turn? Don't think so, can we? 1, 2, 3... No, we can get 10 of them. I mean, unless the other cruiser across here. But, yeah, the cruiser across here, there's no planet nearby. There's no colony nearby. So if this was a minerals, it'd be 1. Well, you know what you should do? Explore this one first, Grant. Because then it could go 1, 2, 3. Because if I'm trying to get my hold of 70 minerals to do... 70 points, sorry. To do what I wanted there. It's a bit of an ask, I think. Right, let's quickly deal with the alien player, because my battery's struggling along, as I keep saying. Right, so red is, we are round 7, so no more economic rolls to worry about. We've already marked in all the zeros there, so he's not getting any extra. We're getting 3 rolls here. 1 to 5 fleet, 6 to 9 tech, 10 and defense. 3 rolls. So we got right, a 1, a 3 and a 4. Well, you got the 1 there. Thankfully I never got it sooner. A 1, a 3 and a 4. That's all fleet. Yeah, it was a 1, a 3 and a 4. So it's 30 points in fleet. So 71 of a fleet now. Right, that's a wee bit more worrying. 48 still in tech and 20 still in defense. Will he launch? He'll launch on a 1 to 4. This could be interesting. And there we go. He is going to launch with a 71. Great. Okay. So we scratch this 71 out. And put a 0 in. So he takes that all out. And we put it down here. And we get a little fighter, flip it upside down. And we have a launch here. I'm not sure what way up they're meant to look, but I'll do anyway. Okay, so launching with 71. Now he's got 40 points in tech as well. So we're going to roll to see if he upgrades his movement. On a 1 to 4, he will. Grant still feels the need to have a look. Yeah, whenever a fleet is launch, roll for movement technology and roll 1 to 4, purchase next movement technology. Okay. And then the rest gets worked out and when he goes into combat. Right, so a 1 to 4, he will. And he's rolled another 1. So yes, that makes it slightly more awkward. We've got to think about things a bit more carefully. In fact, that's not good, probably. So he's purchasing movement technology 2, which cost him 20. He had 40 tech points, so he'll spend that. He's still got 20, so assuming that's all he has when we meet him, he's probably going to upgrade. Well, he's going to roll on this one this time. He's probably going to try and upgrade his ship size to 3. But so allows him access to cruisers then, isn't it? And with 41 with 71 points, that's a few cruisers. So right, that was just the blue, red player, Grant. Got the blue to deal with as well. Okay, so round 7, he's getting 3 rolls. Next round, he'll kick in, he'll get the extra 1. So just 3 for him as well. See what we get. 2, 4, 6. think that might be the same, is it? Or 6 just outside that? It's 1 to 5 fleet. So 2, 4, that's 2 in fleet, so up to 40. And then the 6, 1 in tech, up to 20. 20 in defence. Does he launch on a 1 to 4? Well, we shall see. No, right, okay, I'm kind of glad of that. I'd rather not have 2 fronts going on right now. So he doesn't launch. That is that. Right. Okay. Right, let's get wrapped up here, Grant. So 71, eh? So that's what we've got to start. I mean, 2 of our cruisers are across this way. Our battle cruisers probably too far away, and he's upgraded his movement technology. So he's going to move 1, 1, and then 2 on the 3rd turn. So I might need to seriously consider if I want to colonise this planet, because that's going to be where he's wanting to head for, and he can reach that in this economic phase. 1, 1, 1, 2. Whereas he can't reach this one. 1, 1, 1, 2. So that's something to think about to start with. Maybe I just hold off on colonising it to give myself a bit of time so that he comes. So it takes on my next economic phase. I get to get a bit more time. Because 71 points, like I said, if he goes cruisers, they're only 12, aren't they? It goes ship size 3. What is the roll for the ship size then? From 2 to 3, it's going to be a 1 to 7. So there's a high chance he is going to get ship size 3, then potentially by 5 cruisers. That's 60 points for 5 cruisers. And he'd buy a destroyer as well. Of course, it depends. If he rolls for the largest fleet, he'll buy lots of scouts. But we're not going to know what that die roll is until the time comes. Okay, I'll get wrapped up for now, and yeah, I'll be back a bit later. Okay, cheers. Oh, just before I pop off, let's move that on to there so we know where we are. Okay, back later. Cheers.